anything essential?
Let's just wait for a few more minutes because it's just 7 p.m. right now. So sometimes people join in by 7:01 or 7:02. So I can see the number going up now. So yeah, let's just wait for a couple more minutes and then we can start. In the meantime, maybe you can, just give everyone a brief overview of what you'll be covering throughout the session today.
Okay, so we can
Yeah,
start.
also like what you do, your expertise within Marketing Cloud, you're also a marketing champion and you're extremely active in the community. So why don't you share this with our attendees?
Yeah, I'm Kuldeep Sharma. I'm a marketing champion and Jaipur user group leader. I'm a founder of Marketathon program. Basically, Marketathon program for the students and the beginners who really want to build their career in the Salesforce and the Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So we are upskilling them in all over in India. So I'm a 10x Salesforce certified as well. Um, as it's all about me, you can follow me on Twitter and the LinkedIn as well. Just write down like the KD Sharmas, and you can follow me on Twitter. You can just drop me a message if you have any concern or any query regarding this session or the tomorrow our part 2 session. So as you all know that we are going to cover today that uh, content delivery and then building then crafting the email. So this is the part 1, and part 2 will be the tomorrow morning as per the IST. um, so we can discuss our today's agenda as well. So can I share my PPT, Piyushaji? Is it okay?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it's visible, Kuldeep.
Okay, great. So yeah, it's all about me. uh, and now this is our agenda of today. It's like that we are going to discuss the important terms to understand that what type of terms we really need to understand before going to start that content creation delivery section. Then our next part is what type of emails, okay, and why we need to understand that what type of emails existing in the marketing cloud org. Then we are going to cover the third section, the bounce type, the type of bounce, hard bounce and soft bounce. The other bounce as well, like the block bounce and the more other bounce we have for the different type of reasons. So we will definitely look into the same. The fourth one section is the anatomy of an email. So I will let you know that what is the exact structure of that email and what type of sections we need to consider when while doing that crafting of an email. Then our last part is for that email design best practices. And tomorrow we are going to cover that content delivery section and that email marketing best practices section. So this is our
Um,
today's agenda.
okay, actually, I guess we already had a session on email marketing best practices. Um, so yeah, this is just something we can probably cover briefly, not in detail because we already covered that in detail so far.
Yeah, so today we will cover only the design best practices, not the marketing best practices. Yeah.
Perfect, perfect. Just a request, Kuldeep. Sorry, I don't want to put you on the spot because a lot of the people who are attending the session actually doesn't have access to the Marketing Cloud org.
Mhm.
So before we begin the session, would it be possible for you to actually just share the Marketing Cloud demo org so that people can see, okay, this is how it looks, or maybe towards the end of the
Perfect.
session?
Perfect. So I can start with the demo, not
Yes, that would be awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So this is the marketing cloud instance. Um, so in this Marketing Cloud instance, I can just go to overview that this is the instance where we have a calendar campaign, and these are the BUs, business units. We have a different type of business unit for the different type of purpose. We have a setup and all other things under that settings options, the cloud preference and the tips as well. And this is the navigation panel where we can see the studios and the builders and the Einstein. So if we are talking about the studio, then we have an email studio, mobile studio, social studio, web studio, and we have a it comes to the builders, we have a contact builder, content builder, journey builder, and that analytic builder as well. So today's session theme is that content builders, because it's a content delivery and that crafting building an email. So we will definitely follow that email studio and the content builder for the same. So when it comes to that email studio, this is the uh, um, this is the instance of that email you can see here, where you can see the content section here. uh, the content section in the two part, one first in the email and the second one is here as well. So when we are clicking on this content builder, like the separate content builder, then we can see here that mobile templates as well and all other templates as well. But when it comes to that email studio content builder, then we can only see that content relevant to that email. So when I'm going to click this content, then we can see that here a lot of templates are here. We can also create a templates by just clicking on that email messages. We have a predefined email as well. We can also paste the HTML. If I'm talking about that from existing template, then once I clicking on the from existing template, then we have a lot of standard templates, pre-default standard templates. So just like I'm going to select this looks like very engaging, like that banner picture and then header, and then so I'm going to select this one. So as you can see this dialog box here, that you reusable content blocks we have a functionality of drag and drop content, and within we can customize and we can style of that content. Okay, so as you can see that we have a different type of options here. We have a different type of blogs, button and chord snippets, and we have a advanced content as well, like the dynamic content as well. We have A/B testing options here. We have external content. So interactive content also we can create, like the form or by the infographic as well, or the image carousel, like. So we have a lot of options here. For the footer, we can see that this is comes under the static content, the social button and the social share button, and then we have a customized like that behavioral triggers. So we will talk about this as well in our today's session. So we will complete all these things in our today's session. So this is just how it looks like. Okay, so we can create a subject line as well here. We can create a pre-header as well. We can drag and drop functionality we have. So this is the structure of our content, but okay, I'm not going to save this. So if I'm going to talk about that, how we are utilizing our data, and how we are sending the email. Okay, so this is the data extension. We can see here that data extension option under the subscriber option. So under this data extension is just a storage platform where we are storing our data. We will cover more tomorrow for the same. So we will understand that how it's a story, how we can create the data extension, how many types of the data extensions. So we will cover this, but this is just a data storage things. Okay, just like for the example, if I'm clicking on this, so this one is the extension name is DSM customer list October, and we have an external key. This is the external key, create and modify date, uh, and in each and every data extension, we need to maintain a relationship with our email, a relationship with our subscriber key. Whatever your preference, we can do. What as it's just depend upon your equipment. What is the requirement we have? And all these records comes under the customer list. This is the data extension we have. If we are talking about, because this data extension is linked with this content, because without building the email, the content is really important part. And it's not about only that crafting that email and sending, just sending, we need to consider a lot of points. So in our today's session, we will talk about each and everything. So it's all about how it looks like. If you want to preview and test, this is the we can do the preview and testing this email. Just like I'm going to click the preview and test, then we have a lot of options. I need to select the data extension. If I just need to send out any person, any user which is already existing in the DE, then I just need to click on the DE and select a person as a, because right now it's just a demo, so it's empty, but I can select a person just like the Ember. I'm going to select this, and this is the recipient, that where you are sending the email to them. So we can just select this because this is a demo, or that's why we can see the warning there. So here I can also include my email, and we can select that D, and then we can send a test and preview. So this is the functionality for the test and preview functionality. So we can check that what is the missing part of that email, if that email is not properly structured, or if any missing information we can correct. We have a lot of things under this because it's just a preview and test, but we have a subject line, and subject line we will talk about today, that it should be short, clear, personalized, and relevance, because subject line matters all. If our subject line is engageful, short, and personalized, then definitely user can easily engage with our subject line. We have a pre-header. Pre-header is just, we can say that after the subject line, this is the most important part, because this is the part where user can see here. Okay, so this is really important part, and after then we can see the header. So this is the header, and this is the complete email. So if we are talking about that how crafting that email, then definitely we need to consider that call to action, CTA, where we are going to place here. We need to consider a lot of things like that, the element of the content, the design of that content, and the pixel quantity, and the proper white space we are using or not. So a lot of things should be considered. And do not forget to include the subscribe button in the unsubscribe subscription preference options, and in the footer, and also the social media links is also should be there, so user can easily interact with that appropriate things. So this is all about the content builder, and we will talk about on this today's session about this, okay, in detail. um, so Piyush, it's all about this. We will also do a complete demo tomorrow, in tomorrow's session, because it's a part two. So we will create an email and then we will send out. Okay, but for this, just for that initial basis, I think this is the enough thing. Now we can go to the
Yes,
presentation.
yes. Actually, so thank you so much for sharing this. Just on my request, Kuldeep, because it'll now be easier for everyone to connect the dots because now they have seen the platform um,
Yes.
in reality. So thank you so much for sharing this. You can continue with your slides. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so as you can see my screen, that important terms to understand, because before going to the next, we need to understand these terms because it's really matter for us. When I'm talking about that, first the static content, I already, when I show you the demo that time, I already described you that the main navigation panel, the footer section, the social icon, even the in the header part, if we are placing any company logo, all these are included in the static content, like those content which we can't change. Okay, so this is called a static content. So this static content is almost fixed. Okay, and it's same for every user, it will not change. So that's why we are calling that static content. The next content type is that triggered content. Triggered content means that content which is sent automatically, just based on that a particular, if the users are taking any action, or if we have a, like any predefined rules, then that content will send automatically to them. Okay, such as like that welcome emails, or if you are talking about after sign up, or if any user are like just abandoned cart, then the reminder of that abandoned cart is also comes under that triggered content. Because think as of like just like your email is just that autopilot. Okay, so instead of like the manually sending each and every email, triggered content is sent in response to that particular action. Okay, so it's just based on that user action or predefined rules. So just for the example, we are just we are understanding more that what it actually it is. So as you all know that the welcome series, just like welcome email, we can say that when the subscribers sign up, okay, a new subscriber sign up, or whenever the new subscriber are automatically get a any friendly welcome email, okay, for introducing their brand. So it's all about, so it's all comes under that welcome series, or we can say that in under that, under this triggered content. um, we are talking about that dynamic content, then dynamic content is changing, is automatically changing based on whatever rules we are setting, but we need to make sure that we are using that their name, location, or interest, because it's all about that dynamic content means like the product recommendation. Okay, and it's completely based on that users, that how users are browsing their history, what type of interest users having, and what users are coming from which background, which location. So as per according to their interest point, as per according to their product recommendation, the dynamic content will present accordingly. So just like and the main important thing why we are using this, because the dynamic content is tailor-made for each and every user. Like if I am a if my choice for that particular series of that email, okay, then the by using the dynamic content I can receive that my choice, according to my choice, the email according to my choice. So it's very important to create the dynamic content for our specific purpose. Purpose, if you are talking about the purpose, then it may be content the personalized greeting. Like if I am sending anyone to that just like including the subscriber first name, okay, in that email, then I can send out the personalized greetings to them. If I'm talking about that uh, location based offer, like if I'm from Jaipur, and if I'm going to if I can if I'm subscriber and I want to see the different type of cities, which subscriber in the different type of cities, I also can see that Jaipur stores offers. Then they can also see this by using the dynamic content. uh, Also we have a relevancy things, we can consider this dynamic content as well. But how we can create the dynamic content, as you know that I show you that recently the demo, there is a lot of content blog. So there is also a there is also a dynamic content type blog as well there. And we just need to click on that add content, and then we can create some rules there. Okay, what type of rules? Like if just like a drag and drop functionality there. So if you want to belongs to any specific city, then you just want to create a rule there. Okay, and select a source. What type of rule? The rule is just like the city rule. Like I am coming from the Jaipur, so I am selecting the rules which is relevant to that like drag and drop interface for the like, because it's all about that amp script, because the dynamic content is not possible for that amp script. So we are using that amp script for the same, and then we are creating the rules there. Okay, just for the understanding, because you are coming here the first time, and first time you are listening to me and understanding about the content creation part. So that's why you need to you need to clear out each and everything. So do not hesitate to ask me any questions in the comment box. Okay, I will try to answer each and every after ending this session. So yeah, the next part is personalized content. When I'm talking about the personalized content, it's creating the email, we can say, and the marketing the messages. Okay, as per that as per their choices, as per the specific data. Like if if I'm sending to the email to that Piyusha, then I'm just writing that name, hi Piyusha, and then grab 100%, grab 40% discount. So it's really interactive subject line, we can say. And in personalized content, if I'm talking about the email body, then if I'm just including that very interactive part on that email, like, okay, hi Piyusha, now grab that 40% discount, right? Grab it now, and call to action button I can place there. Then you just think that how personalized content we are talking about. And if you have any purchasing history, like that, if Piyusha is interested for any beauty product or any other product, then I'm just providing them to the relevant product, okay, as per her choice. So it's all about that how we are relevancy, because the relevancy is very important key before going to the personalized content. And all the emails with the personalized subject line or any product suggestions is comes under the personalized content. And now the question is that why we are talking about the personalized content, what is that, like, why we need it? Because in this current scenario, I think you all are need for the personalized content. If the content is personalized, then you can connect easily with your subscribers. So it's very important. um, you can just start whenever you are just going for that amp script and you want to create a personalized content. You just need to focus on the basics, like start by the personalizing the subject line with a subscriber name. You can use all your available data there in the data extension or any other sources or list as well, whatever the preferred method you have. So you can just select your data, and then you can test, okay, test your email that it's working or not. So which type of personalization have the biggest impact, you can test by the A/B testing, because A/B testing options are also here. We will talk later about this in this session. So which type of personalization is having the biggest impact on your results, as per the choices, as per the project requirement, we can create a personalized content. So yeah, it's all about this. Now we can go to the next, transactional content. So transactional content is content which is basically related for that specific action, or if a user is purchasing something, like if I'm purchasing something, okay, then I'm just receiving the any um, invoices or any shipping information or any order confirmation email, then it comes under that transactional content. So it's the content is basically related to that specific action, or if a user is purchasing, user has made any purchase, then also it comes to the transactional content. So it's all about this. And this is really important content, because these because the customer expectation is always like the loyalty and the trust, and the trust is the, that the Salesforce core value. And if we are creating the transactional content, then definitely the customer can connect with us, okay. So we are just fulfilling the customer's expectation here. And also the biggest impact from the transactional content is that we can receive that very high open rate, okay, because there is so much relevancy customer can feel by just reading our transitional content. So just for the example, like gift email, okay, we are just purchasing something, not gift, but we are purchasing something, and we are just receiving that email, okay, uh, your uh, your shipping will this is your item is on that like order mode, and it will arrive in your address within 7 days or something. Then I'm feeling the trust, okay. So and also the branding as well, because the um, branding of that companies also they can do, or they can also interact for the next purchase also as well for the users. So you can still reinforce your brand styling in these type of transactional content emails, okay. And then we can talk about that interactive content. When it comes to the interactive means obviously the polls, quiz, calculators, or interactive videos, infographics, all comes under the interactive content. So it's all about turning your own audience uh, from like the active participant, because if they can participate, they can we can interact more about them, that which type of things they are more interested. Like if I'm talking about the quiz and the polls, then it's really a fun way to gather their opinion, and we can provide that them instance results as well. So that's why the interactive content is very beneficial, and interactive content is also a part to retain that retain our loyal subscribers, or we can say like retain our trustable subscriber. Okay, because just because of the interactive content, we can lower our bounce rate as well. We will talk about that later, that what is the bounce rate. Okay, so we will cover this as well. Now I'm going to the next part, that personalization trigger. So if we are talking about that personalization trigger, it means that specific events, the data points that signal the need to deliver the personalized content. What does this mean? The mean about that very few data changes that signal it's time to send the something good content or tailored content to a subscriber. So it's, if we are if like if I'm talking about if anyone having your birthday, and if I'm sending a birthday triggers to you, so what should whenever you are clicking, whenever you are crafting a journey, then the birthday email should be arrive in the recipient inbox. How should it possible? If I'm going to create the personalization trigger, then automatically whenever your birthday comes, then that specific emails you will receive by using the personalization trigger. You can send out your all subscribers to their birthday email, because I have a data, and I have by using that automation studio, I can create that automation trigger, and then we can just link them with link those triggers to our email, and we can easily send out the birthday reminders, website visit, or the items add to our cart. We can send the personalization triggers as well. So just begin with the starting point, the basic triggers you can start, and then you can go more hands on with the with this part. Okay, so just play with the data. Okay, I just say that play with the data. If I'm talking about the data, then the data extension, you know that the data extension is storing the customer information that your triggered will check, and that ensure that you have ways to update your data in a real time. Okay, so because integration with other systems also valuable in this section. And so yeah, it's all about that personalized, how personalized we are delivering to our, how personalized experience we are delivering to our clients. That's it. um, so it's all possible with the personalization trigger. Then when it comes to the pre-header, the pre-header is that I already explained with in my demo as well, with that where the pre-header option is here after the subject line, we can see the pre-header option here. So the short preview text you can see after appear the subject line, and it provide the extra context and encourages people to open. Okay, like the this offer is valid for next 7 days only, grab it now. Okay, if I'm just using this tagline or using this punchline under this pre-header, then I think it will be more interactive, more engaging. So it's just an example, but we can use this type of pre-header text. So the pre-header is really an important part, and we can also test the pre-header, different type of pre-header variation under the A/B testing. So yeah, we'll check. Now it comes to the types of bounce. So the bounces, the bounce means just a error messages. Okay, send back when your email can't reach the recipient inbox, so it's just a bounce. um, like I think you all already have an experience that whenever you are sending any email to a recipient, sometimes the email is not sent successfully, so you are receiving that time that an error message or any server failure messages. Okay, so it depends that what type of bounce your recipient is receiving. So as per according to that type of bounce, um, different type of action we need to do. So if the email server accept the email, the subscriber status remain active in marketing cloud. If the email server reject the email, the subscriber status change to bounce. Okay, so we have a subscribers options where we have where we can see the all our subscribers. So there is a lot of status, like few status of subscriber status, like subscriber is active, unsubscribed, or status is bound. So we have a four or five options there. If our status is bounced, then there we can see um, a subscriber name, okay, and their status with that bounce. So we can easily figure out that okay, these subscriber are bounced, and now what type of action we need to take. So when it comes to the hard bounce indicating that email which is invalid or not existing, or the domain is permanently blocked you sometimes. Sometimes, like, that if user are just filling the form, then there is a normal typo mistake, or maybe the domain is incorrect, or maybe now the user is not working on that company, but user is just already typed that email, so that's why uh, he can't receive the email. So these type of hard bounces are comes under this category. These type of bounces comes under the hard bounces category. So unused addresses, all addresses. So basically the domain also rejecting those emails, okay, from your sending address. um, so it's all about that hard bounce. Now if we are talking about that soft bounce, then soft bounce means it's all about the temporary. So these means the email address is likely valid. Likely means not fully valid, but yeah, somehow valid. When I'm talking about the somehow valid, it means like that recipient email box, that sometimes is full, or we have an any like recipient is facing already a server issue, the major server issue, then obviously the delivery failed that time. But after then, maybe the server issue will resolve and they can receive the email later, but it's temporary. So that's why we are calling these type of bounce rate are soft bounces. Okay, these type of bounces are soft bounces. If because these are not good, because the bounce rate, like in a email marketing best practices, if we are talking about, then if the bounce rate is going beyond the 20%, then it will negatively impact to our SAP, the sender authentication package, which we need to buy before working in marketing cloud. So this is wrongly impact or negatively impact to our SAP package as well. And this is all about the sender reputation. So our sender reputation will be automatically down. And if our sender reputation is down, then if we want to send out those emails to like 10,000 customer or 50,000 customer next time, then it's a higher chance that that email will go um, to their not inbox, even the spam or any other field. So that's why we need to make sure that that emails should be receive the inbox, recipient inbox. So that's why we need to maintain the bounce rate. So the question is that how we can maintain the bounce rate. So very important process, and very important things. I just want to let you know that we need to first maintain that hygiene. It means like in normal life we are applying the hygiene, but in terms of that marketing cloud, we need to maintain that list hygiene. Hygiene matlab means if our data is if our data is not quality data, like if our data is not collecting the valid email address, or if we are not using that double opt-in processes, okay, to confirming the addresses, then we need to maintain our list hygiene. We need to remove our hard bounces. How we can remove the hard bounces? We can remove the hard bounces by using by few things, like just go to your tracking, and then you can just click on that job options there, which is just next to your bounce rate. Okay, and then there is option of export. So you just need to, you can export easily all the bounce rate, all the bounce information. Like if you are selecting the hard bounce, then the hard bounce you are going, you can export from there, and then you can figure out, okay, easily. And you can maintain your list hygiene accordingly. You need to monitor your reputation as well, because if I'm talking about the sender score, then obviously a lot of metrics comes under the sender score, just like that compliance rate, because the IP address, under the compliance rate, this is the IP address comes, because lot of IP addresses already blocking, or we have a spam block list, spamming IP address as well, or we can say the spam block list as well. So there are a lot of things we need to make sure, and we need to maintain our maintain these type of things before managing that bounce rate, under the management of bounce rate. So yeah. And if I'm talking that technically, then definitely the SPF, DKIM, DMRC, all type of these type of things, because I know that these type of terms is very new for you, because you are first time, this is your content creation and delivery section. So this is comes under that send management, or you can say that it's a can spam requirement type of requirement elements, which we are going to cover tomorrow in detail, that what it is actually and how it's affecting our sender reputation as well. Okay, so yeah. um, Now we can go to the next. Yeah. Email types. So when we are talking that email type, then there is a two type of emails. The main category of the emails is the transactional emails and then commercial email. As I already explained about the transition under the transitional content section, that how the transitional content is affecting that our transactional email. So transitional emails goal is not to promote any new product or upselling. It's just like an um, order confirmation email, or it's just like a shipping update or password reset instructions. So all these type of emails are comes under the transactional emails. So it's just a automated email. Transitional email is just a automated emails triggered by the specific user action or any event. Like whenever user is purchasing something, then it will automatically comes to the recipient inbox. Okay. So we need to set the trigger for the same. So I will let you know the same in the demo section tomorrow. Transaction emails is all about the when it comes to the commercial email. Commercial email is a, we can say that it's a marketing powerhouse, because where your sales manager, product announcement, newsletters, and offers are like, they have a direct intent to promote and the drive action. So the commercial emails means all type of emails you are receiving on daily basis, like and you know that any promotion, like if you are receiving the Amazon product recommendation or any type of emails, all those emails are comes, or newsletters, all those emails are comes under the commercial email. So I think you all notice that in the footer part of those emails you can see a very small link, which we are calling that like unsubscribe. Okay. Or unsubscribe this mailing list, or prefer to unsubscribe. So when we are going to click there, then we are jumping to that unsubscribe panel, like, or we can see that unsubscribe panel, we can unsubscribe for that particular email, and we have a lot of reasons there. So we need to mention the unsubscribed links under that commercial email. But this type of opted out or opted in type of things are not considering under the transactional emails, because transactional emails is all about the transactional. But when it comes to the commercial email, it means the promotional communication. So when it comes to the promotional communication, then we need to add the unsubscribe options there. So it's always very easy for the unsubscribe, if the user is not want to receive these type of emails. Now what is the benefit of these type of emails. The commercial emails, obviously the product launch update or that personalization offer or product announcement or sales amount announcement. So by this type of commercial emails, actually what we are doing, we are driving the sales. Okay, we are driving the conversions. And as per this driving and sales and conversion, we can gaining that customer base or the loyal customer or the company ROI we are increasing. Okay, so lot of things comes under the commercial email. That why, if the question is why, then you can think about it, that it's all about that. Sometimes that it's all about the brand awareness as well, and sometimes it's all about that nurture customer relationship as well. So it's all uh, this is comes under that anatomy of an email. I think you all know about that subject line. I already described this. The first impression is the last impression. I think you all heard about it. So the subject line is all about the first impression. So it should be make it short, relevant, personalized, concise, attention grabbing, and that engaging. Okay, so the subject line is all about this. And from name, the name of your subscribers, see the sender is comes under the from name. And that pre-header I already described this, that this is that complements the subject line because it's just next to the subject line. So it's just complementing the subject line with the additional information or the offer type of things. The header, if you are talking about the header, then it's the top of your emails with that logo. Sometimes it's because the brand identity, sometimes, so maybe it comes with a logo, or maybe it comes not the logo, then it comes with that any header image or any visual consistency we can use under this header options. um, email body is the heart of your message. So uh, when we are saying this is the heart of the body, this is the heart of your message, it means we can include the text, images, video, whatever we can put the main information under this email body. So that relevancy is a key, the personalization is a key of email body. And make sure that that email body should be engaging, relevant, and customer can feel that okay, this is the email which is like customer should take any action, because if the email is good, if we are writing properly, then customer is definitely taking action. So our main target is that why we are crafting that email, our main target is that for that conversion. Okay, for whatever the purpose you are, but the email body is really important. So the main target is to clicking and open that customer should open that email. If the customer is open your email, then you are and clicking on any text on any link, then your conversion rate will automatically high, then you will receive the leads, then we have a lot of benefits. So that's why the email body should be engaging, because it's the heart of your message. So we need to make sure this. A call to action button is actionable button. The footer is including the social media icon and the unsubscriber link, disclaimer. Okay, so here you can all you can see the fact of that anatomy. The email I put here by that a site Mobile Monkey. Okay, 43% of recipients click that spam button based on the from name or address. This is the interesting data. 35% of email recipient opens the emails based on the subject line. So subject line, subject line is really important. 22.3% open rate increase with personalized subject line. So you know that subject line with the personalization, how it's really important for all of us. 44% of recipients make of at least one purchase a year based on a promotional email. So if we are putting any offer or any discount in that body in the subject line or by using our images, then also it's high chances to um, having a good open rate, having a good click rate. 158% emails with social media have a higher click-through rate, higher CTR. Obviously, if we have a good anatomy of email with perfect structured email with clear message, an email having a clear message, then definitely we have a 158% of email. This is very right figure, because we can achieve our good CTR as well, click through rate as well, just because of it's all about our anatomy of email. So now it's the time to understand the design that because you know that not lot of people are talking about the design. We knows that the email marketing best practices is also important, and we will talk tomorrow in a short way. But we are sometimes we forget about the design, because when we are talking about that content creation part, then design is really important thing. So lot of minor part we need to consider, like the font choice. Okay, the font should be standard font family. We need to consider the standard font family. Pixel quantity should be more than 14 pixel or above the 14 pixel, so it's readable for everyone. And the color options also should not like lot of contrast, so we need to maintain the brightness, contrast and everything. And just we just need to make sure that our content is following the basic principle of that marketing, email marketing. The visual elements, definitely we need to add a lot of things like that. In the visual element, we have a GIF, we have a infographics, we have a photos. So it's all about the designing. So we need to consider this CTA, call to action button design. This is really important, because sometimes you know that if we are just putting that CTA button with same background, same as like our header, or same as like background image, then it's not properly visible. So we need to make sure that its CTA button should be clear, with the large text, including very engaging or very short, like okay, submit now or sign up, like this. Not like too much text there, lot of text there, clear message. Okay, so because this is very important thing. This is the CTA button is the button which is responsible for the conversion, which is responsible for that increasing the leads. uh, if you are talking about the mobile friendliness, that the mobile, not only the friendliness, even that mobile responsive as well. um, the browser compatibility, the mobile compatibility, all compatibility should be there. So we need to test under the preview and test before going to send out the email. It also refers to how clearly your brand comes through in email design. So be transparent with the value of your message, that what you are presenting to your recipient or your customer. Please try to keep sentences very short way. Okay, embrace white space, because content element is a key. Content alignment is a key. And you know that you heard sometimes that content is a key. Content is a king. Why content is a king? Because it's a king, because content is a thing where you can, where subscribers, where your leads can change into the conversion, where subscribers can retain, where subscriber can click or open your email. So that's why lot of things we need to consider, and sometimes we are ignoring these type of minor things, but it's really important. Embrace white space, how much white space we are using the proper spacing or not. We have a consistent email format. Okay, and which type of content is comes first, and which type of content will comes to the second or third para. So we need to make sure that our email should be clear and easily understand by our readers or by our user, and it's simple and easy to use. So yeah, establish tone and voice we need to consider, because the tone and voice is really important. Um it's not like it's sometimes you know that we are just confusing to our readers, saying lot of things. Okay, and sometimes you know that we the messages with not the consistency, and like shifting, sometimes you know that shifting that seriousness in the left hand side, but not continue with that same message. If the message is containing any serious thing, then we are not keeping with that last thing. Sometimes you know that if your loyal customers are just feeling that comfortable with you, then definitely, how it is it possible? just because of your in your design, if you are using that perfect voice, perfect type of tone, by using that engaging infographic, by using the in videos or images, then definitely this is really important part. The subject line, again I'm repeating because it's really important, that point, really important point. The five main important things need to consider subject line: the short, second is engaging, third one is clear, fourth one is relevant, and fifth one is personalized. The short, engaging, clear, relevant, and personalized subject line, which is, I think, more focused, more good way to create a subject line. This is the basic, and this, I think, the foundation thing of the subject line. Because if we have a great subject line, then we can receive a higher number of open rate, we have a higher number of email click rate. So that's why subject line is really important. We can also do the subject line A/B testing, okay, by the different combination, okay. And you can also mix up emotions as well, such as like the urgency, or as per your word choices, or as per your personalization, like, "Hi Piyusha, 40% discount, please grab it." So yeah, grab it now. So we can just do this type of things to attention to our customers and very engaging. So, and now you know that AI is already part, also a part nowadays with that marketing cloud. So now it's easily help you with that, with your subject line, because the Einstein copy insights, for the example, just for, okay, we can just type that, okay, analyze this text from that email subject line uh, to uncover that any language insights. So, and then they will share you a complete crafting good insights about the subject line. Even they can share, but do not copy. Just think about that, what customer want actually, and what customer intention actually. Relevancy is the key, and without relevancy, without clear message, without personalized things, you can't suppose, you can't create a good email. So that's why it's really important. Write good content. uh, if I'm talking about the right good content, then I already told you that the content is a king, and then the distribution. So delivery is that, before the delivery is the queen, then the content is king, I can say. So because because it's all about the content. uh, if the email is based on that media, if an email is based about any like any promotional email, then you need to make sure that everything is well maintained and well crafted. Display clear call to action button. Display clear call to action button is also important key, because sometimes we are forgetting and we are very lightning this thing. I already explained actually the same thing, because the CTA is always good mobile friendly design. um, and I think the recommendation is 44 pixels wide and the 44 pixel tall. I think the minimum CTA button um, friendly design containing this type of pixel quantity, and your CTA button should be clearly stand out from the other copy in your message. So make sure about it. Mobile first approach, when we are talking about, then like, if your text, images, and offer not visible or not legal, or maybe sometimes you know that you are using the smaller devices, okay, or sometimes you know that it's the email is open or displaying good in the desktop or in a computer, but not in your mobile or not in your tablet, then the how the user can feel. So we need to make sure that it's browser compatible, device compatible, uh, like the complete thing we need to consider. Preview and test is a good option before sending out an email, okay. Again, I'm repeating this thing because it's really important. The option of preview and test is really important. uh, so we can go with that mobile aware and responsive aware, with that mobile first approach. And the figure out timing, yeah, this is also really important, because many times you know that like right now the evening time, in as per the IST it's evening time, but as per that American time it's like a morning time. So they are very curious to know about, they are just open their email, that okay, um, what type of emails they want, and they can easily figure out, and they can easily open their email, because in midnight they are sleeping. So that's why we need to make sure that we are sending out any email to in the daytime or evening time or the suitable time of the recipient. And how we can do this, we have an option of send time of optimization, STO, in our email. So by using the send time optimization, STO, we can easily um, send the email as per that user preference, like if whatever the preferred time of the user. So yeah, the demo, I already, before beginning the session, I already show you the demo, but tomorrow also we will cover this demo section. So yeah, it's all about this. Now the time is the question and answer. So if you have any concern, any query, you can just let me know. um, I'm just jumping in that question part. Okay, so am I audible, Piyusha ji?
Okay, sorry. Yes, you are audible. And we have a lot of questions from our audience. Um, so, first one is from Madan, how we can prevent from soft bounces.
Okay, so if you want to prevent the soft bounce, then we need to make sure that because sometimes that it's not in your end, because if the server issue is happening, then it's not from that's it's not from your end, so you can't do much. But if you want to prevent, then make sure that you are including you that your email is including the proper message and the proper subject line. But the main important, the foundation is, the main principle of the soft bounce rate is that if you want to it's not a controllable, so you can't control the soft bounce rate. So it's all about like that temporary issue. That's why we are sometimes calling the temporary issue, because it's not a hard bounce. So yeah. And if you want to export your soft bounce, then by clicking on that job field in the tracking option, you can export your all the soft bounce rate, and there you can see a reason as well, that why uh, why the email is bounce. And under the soft bounce rate also a lot of categories as well, like if the recipient email is full, then there is a not at already, okay, this is the email for the recipient email is full. So you will receive each and every information under this, and you can't control this basically. So you just need to consider the hard bounce, okay, every time. And you need to export as well, because if you are exporting those lists, then you can know that okay, my 50 customers are receiving out of 200, my 50 customers receiving the soft bounce rate. It's not happening, but if it's happening, then definitely um, those employee are in work. if, Maybe you are sending the email to your own companies or company employee, so maybe your company is struggling with any server issue. Okay, so a lot of reasons behind that, we can say. Yeah, the next question, Piyusha ji.
Yes, okay. So, just something I want to add in preventing soft bounce before we move on to the next question. So, something which you can do is, from my experience, is a lot of the time when you send the emails on Sundays, because we get a lot of emails over the weekends, um, my inbox or the recipient's inbox might be full, so that might cause a soft bounce issue as well. So try to find a day which will be most suitable to your audience, and which will also help you avoid, soft bounces with regards to some of the um, email overflow issues.
Yeah, we have only this option because we can avoid the holidays, we can avoid that weekend.
Yes. Okay, so the next question is around personalized content. Can it be personalized triggers? What is the exact difference? So, um, personalized content and triggers are very different, and maybe Kuldeep can explain this.
Yeah, personalized content is all about that content which is comes under your email body, like whatever you are typing in your email body. it should be personalized. So personalized means hi with your name and with your product recommendation, like if your good purchase history, like if you preferred any product in previous way or in your history, then that those type of products should be, when you are going to personalize, then those type of personalization strings you should be use in your email. But when it comes to the personalization trigger means whenever you are clicking on any sign up thing or any type of purchasing item, then the email should be received by you. So the triggered email, you can say. So if you are receiving that, okay, hi Piyusha, your Uber invoice is this, or your shipping information is this, then it comes under that triggered. So it's a personalization trigger with your name. So this is the difference between both of these things.
Okay, so the next question is from Swaroop, and he actually wants to know if order confirmation is triggered email. And to this, I guess I've already answered you here, but he asked multiple times, and maybe Kuldeep, you can share some more about this. But the difference between triggered email and transactional emails is
Mhm.
triggered emails are marketing emails. So it could be about your, just sharing a birthday coupon or anniversary or things which are more marketing oriented. And the transactional emails are, for example, order confirmation, password reset, or any change in your account details, and so on and so forth. So transactional emails are also, so in our previous sessions we covered can spam and all these things. So transactional emails comes under um, a different guidelines. So for can spam, you don't need to worry about all those different details. But if you talk about triggered emails, they comes under can spam. So you need to follow all the guidelines related to can spam when you're sending triggered emails, not for transactional emails. And order confirmation is not a triggered email. I hope this is clear now. Kuldeep, would you like to add something here?
Yeah, we will talk about that can spam as well tomorrow. So under the email marketing best practices, so all users can easily understand that what actually it is. And I'm going to share my screen again to show you something for the triggered things, because I think mm, we haven't.
Actually, we have covered CAN spam in extreme length. CAN spam and GDPR and everything has been covered already.
Okay.
So everyone is aware of all these things. They're just confused, like why an order confirmation is not a triggered email, why it's a transactional email. So this is one of the main questions a few people have.
No problem. Whenever when we will do that hands-on tomorrow, that like I will show you the demo. Then I will send out the email. We will use the triggered email. We will use the transactional message as well. Okay, so it uh, this type of things will clear the tomorrow. So do not forget to join tomorrow as per the 11 a.m. IST. I think Piyusha, this is the time 11 a.m. IST tomorrow.
Yes, 11 a.m. is tomorrow's time.
Yeah.
Okay, should we move on to the next question or you are sharing something? Hello?
Yeah. We
Okay.
can jump to the next question. No
Okay,
problem.
perfect. So next question is from Navya Shri. How does the cookies policy will impact our plan in dynamic and personalized content?
Yeah, the cookies policies always matter, because you know that in UK we have, or US we are following the GDPR policy as well. But in Marketing Cloud, before purchasing that Marketing Cloud instance, we need to purchase the SAP Sender Authentication Package. Under this Sender Authentication Package, the Salesforce is mm, providing us that a one dedicated IP address, and that sign classification we can create the sender profile as well. So by using all these things, we do not need to worry about that cookies and the other policy, because it's all about the reputation, and it's all about that security as well for the users. The users, sometimes users are really worrying about to for that personal information, how my personal information out. So it's all about this thing. So we will cover under that send reputation part, and this is comes under the email marketing best practices. So anything else you want to add, Piyusha, under this, you can. add?
Yes, so cookie policies does impact, some level of personalization with regards to dynamic content, but not so much because dynamic content is mostly related to your past purchases or your browsing history. With Marketing Cloud personalization, you can actually, even if the cookies are enabled, you can still get to some extent, you can see like, okay, which all pages you're browsing. So it doesn't impact the dynamic content too much. That's what I have seen so far. Because cookies policy is a bit different from um, you know what we're talking about here. So it's not necessarily based on just your browsing history, it also based on your preferences, what you have selected when you have signed up for the account, and what all products you have on your wish list, what products you have ordered in the past, and bunch of things goes into this actually.
And the same I explained in that my presentation as well, that what is
Yes.
that dynamic content and how you can add the dynamic content block in the content builder as well. But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, no problem.
Yes. Okay. So moving on to the next question, how much? Okay, Sumit wants to know how much AMP script and other coding languages are actually used in Marketing Cloud. Khalid, would you like to answer
Yeah,
this?
the AMP script language is a scripting language, and it comes under that, like that if you want to, there is a few types of roles in under that marketing cloud developer, marketing cloud email specialist, the automation specialist, and the consultant as well. So this is the part and comes under the developer part, or we can say that sometimes that the consultant part as well as per the role. But when it comes to that, how we can use and why it's important, so the amp script is basically important for the personalization things. And that if you want to do that personalized subject line, if you want to crafting that email with a lot of personalization things, you need to use the amp script, the percentage like your name, and the percentage. This is the just that a few formulas, but I will we will craft tomorrow the personalization things as well, with just a few examples, so you will know about this same thing. But it's really important to know, and if it's really important part, so yeah, because the personalization is everything.
Yeah, absolutely. As an email marketing specialist, you don't necessarily need to use AMP script
Yeah.
unless you go into the developer side of the Marketing Cloud. So you are good as of now. If you are really interested in learning all those languages and want to have a career as a Marketing Cloud developer, you would, as you move forward in your career, you can learn these languages. But to begin with, you don't need those.
Yeah, and if you want to become a developer, marketing cloud developer, then you need to focus on three languages: AMP script, server side JavaScript, SSJS, and the SQL. So you need to hands on these type of things, if you are interested for that developer position.
Yes, perfect. Okay, we have two more questions, and really sorry, we actually, okay, we got one more. We'll take that later. So first, the next question is from Prasad: how to increase IP reputation to reach inbox mailboxes and to increase open rates. There are several things which Kuldeep has explained nicely throughout the presentation, and maybe you can answer this briefly, Kuldeep, once again.
Yes, a very good question actually, because it's all about the IP reputation. If we are talking about the IP reputation, then we need to consider that our message should be go to that inbox. Now the question is that how we can, what type of factors we need to consider. So not all from the email perspective, we need to consider short, crispy, personalized, and the engaging subject line. The good head, the email should be containing the perfect physical address with well structured email body as well. We need to, like, our email is also belongs to that I organize. If we are sending to the organization email, then it's really good. Or if you are using any standard domain with our email, then it's also good. But it's all about the email. But when it comes to the IP reputation in a more way, then definitely you need to consider a lot of things about it, because if you have a customer who have a like 10 millions of, if you have a 10 millions of customer, or just suppose you have a 1 million of customer, then how you can distribute your, and what type of strategy you want to do. So it's like slowly you can warm up your IP. Now the question is that how warm your IP. So if you want to warm your IP, then you can send the emails in that bucket format. Like first day, you are going to send out that 5 to 6,000 email. That then after the next week, you are going to send out that email with 10,000 or 15,000 email, and the third week you are going to send out that 25,000 to between to 45,000. So you need to maintain a strategy. So your total volume, the total number of volumes of emails you will follow up with that perfect particular time duration. So by this segment, slowly you are building that reputation. Slowly you, I can say that you are building a hitting process. So by using this hitting process, your IP will automatically warm, and once your IP will be warm, then your the email will automatically go to the recipient inbox. So we will talk about this under the marketing best practices in a short way tomorrow as well. But yeah, this is the thing we need to consider.
Okay. Actually, we covered IP warming extensively on day two. So if you have missed the session, I have posted the video on YouTube as well. So go have a look. We explained like how you can warm the IP. Generally, the rule of thumb is you double the amount of email sends every week. So, for example, if you're sending 5,000 emails this week, you can double the amount to 10,000 next week, or maybe so once you reach your full audience level, you can just continue using that amount. So for example, after maybe a month or a month and a half, you've reached 300,000 audience level, and that's all of your audience. You don't need to continue sending more emails each week, so your all of your audience is covered in one send. So you try to have a look through the day two content for IP warming mostly. Another thing to consider for a good IP reputation is, which Kuldeep mentioned during the presentation, is bounce rates. So bounce rates should be within 20%, not more than that, to have a good IP reputation. If you're using a shared IP, then it's very difficult to maintain IP reputation because it depends on like all the people who are using the same IP address. So if one company is not following all the rules, then it might go down, and you might consider using private IP address versus the shared IP address. And there are a bunch of other things related to marketing best practices. You want to avoid certain keywords so that your messages don't end up in spam. You want to make sure that subject line is catchy enough so that people are clicking on your email, which actually increases your reputation, and a bunch of other things which are covered in the email marketing best practices. So to actually get this question answered, I would recommend you to go to the day two content and some of what Kuldeep has shared today as well. Our last question is from Patrick Branca. He wants to know what are the best practices to maintain consistency across different email content types and campaigns within Salesforce. So most important is branding, but I guess Kuldeep also has covered this point briefly. Kuldeep, would you like to answer this?
Yeah, it's all about the branding, and the consistency is a key. So the consistency in terms of the email body we can cover, the consistency, the subject line. So I already covered, like we need to how why we are using the dynamic blog, why you as the personalization strings we are using, just because of the consistency, and we need to retain our customers. So I will show you the demo in a demo tomorrow as well, that how it will work. But yeah.
Yeah, and also like the consistency will impact based on how your marketing team works, because a lot of the content is designed by marketing team, not actually the email marketing specialist. So that's one thing. Another thing which I would say is it's not just about being consistent in terms of what you're adding in the email, but also about timing. So Einstein send time optimization and other relevant Einstein tools will be really helpful to you when you are looking to maintain consistency across different content types, across the campaign. So there are a lot of things which actually, will help you maintain a consistent or deliver a consistent campaign to your customers or experience to your customers. Do we have any more questions?
Piyush, I also see that during my presentation time, few attendees are also asked some question, but I haven't looked into it because I was on only my presentation. So that's why thank you for this. Thank you for the answering the questions. Uh, and if you have any concern, okay, just ping me on the LinkedIn or Twitter, or you can also ask to Piyusha as well. We are in LinkedIn and Twitter, and you can also check the Marketathon program, because the market in the Marketathon program, we are doing that hands-on things in Marketing Cloud. So you want to do some hands-on in Marketing Cloud, or you are a beginner, then you can join our Marketathon virtual session as well, which is going on every Saturday. So for the same, you just need to ping me on Twitter or LinkedIn. So I will add you the WhatsApp group in the Marketathon session. So we will cover everything there for the same.
Yeah, this is a really good way for you to actually get some hands-on experience. So do reach out to Kuldeep, and yeah, hopefully you can gain some much needed hands-on experience from there. The program's name is Marketathon, and I will get some links from Kuldeep and email each one of you so that you can be a part of it.
Thank you, Pisha.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for attending the session. And it was really fruitful and enjoyable. I really had fun, just talking to you all. And thank you so much, Kuldeep, for sharing your expertise with us. And I look forward to our next session tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Pisha, for this opportunity. Thank you so much, everyone.
My
Bye
pleasure.
bye.
Just one thing to make sure, everyone, tomorrow's session is at 11 a.m. So make sure you're all available for the session. And with that, I will stop the recording and I'll see you tomorrow.